Okay. After a nuclear power plant accident, researchers found radioactive isotopes of iodine, tellur- tellurium, and cesium, but no heavy isotopes in the atmosphere downwind. This material came either from spent fuel rods or from the plant's core. Spent fuel rods never contain significant quantities of tellurium isotopes. Radioactive material ejected into the atmosphere directly from the core would include heavy isotopes. After the accident, steam, which may have been in contact with the core, was released from the plant. The core contains iodine, tellurium, and cesium isotopes, which are easily dissolved by steam.
Okay. So we're saying after this plant accident, they found I, T, and C, but no heavy isotopes in the atmosphere downwind. So like we have these two things, but no heavy isotopes.
Mm-hmm.
The material came from either spent fuel rods or from the plant's core. So we know that these things, these isotopes came from either these two things.
Mm-hmm.
Spent fuel rods never contain significant quantities of T isotopes. So we know that if it is a spent fuel rod at this point, it must have been the I or the C, right? It can't be T. Radioactive material ejected into the atmosphere directly from the core would include heavy isotopes. But I'm like, wait, we don't have heavy isotopes.
Mm-hmm.
After the accident, steam which may have been in contact with the core was released from the plant. The core contains iodine, T, and C, which are easily dissolved by steam. So we're saying like there was steam came in contact with the core that like melted it and released these three things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think this question is so sciencey that it's like very intimidating for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead. So it's most strongly supported. So we can cross stuff off where it's too strong. Let's go ahead and start with A.
Radioactive material ejected into the environment directly from a nuclear power plant's core would not include T isotopes.
Do you like that one?
I'm trying to look back into it. I know it says, no, I don't like it.
Yeah, we have no reason to know whether it would have T isotopes or not, if it would include them. So we can cross A off.
The radioactive material detected by the researchers was carried into the atmosphere by the steam that was released from the plant. Yeah, that sounds okay.
I like this. This is definitely why it's a most strongly supported and not must be true, because it's like we don't know this for certain, but our evidence is leading us down to this direction of, hey, we had steam that came in contact with the core. The core had these things that could have like which are easily dissolved by steam. Like couldn't it be that the steam when it like came in contact dissolved it is what took it in there? Yeah, I like B, but let's go on.
Okay, the nuclear power plant's spent fuel rods were not damaged. No.
We literally have no idea on if they were damaged or not. Like they could have been, they could not have been. We don't talk about them being damaged. We can cross C off.
The researchers found some radioactive material from spent fuel rods, as well as some material that was ejected into the atmosphere directly from the plant's core. No.
Yeah, because we say that radio material ejected into the atmosphere directly from the core would have heavy isotopes.
Yeah.
And we know that there are no heavy isotopes.
Yeah.
So this one has to be wrong.
Spent fuel rods do not contain heavy isotopes in significant quantities. No.
Yeah, so we know that let's see, what do we know about spent fuel rods?
They never contain significant qualities of T isotopes.
Yeah, that's all we know. So could they contain or not contain heavy isotopes in significant quantities? Absolutely. Like do not contain. It could be true, but also might not be true.
Was it too strong by being like do not or?
Well, it is a very strong answer, where it says do not contain these, but we have no idea on what fuel rods contain or do not contain.
Okay.
And like, because we don't know for certain that these spent fuel rods is even what put this into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Some people pick this one because they're like, well, it came from spent fuel rods or from the plant's core. Well, maybe nothing came from, like, it could be that it didn't come from the spent fuel rods, and it does have heavy isotopes. We don't know. And so that's why it's not E, and our answer is going to be B.
Awesome.